For today's Cyber CEO episode,
things that Pia does every day to help us focus on the business is review regular reports. She's sending out collection letter notifications. So she's in the background administratively, and Pia has been a tremendous support in those areas. And this has been, a great partnership on both ends for us and for her. There's a lot that I like about Pia. She's very good, but I would say the best thing I like is the initiative that she takes. Her initiative has really been appreciated. There's a lot that I love about Pia. I think she's great.
welcome to Cyber CEO, wherein we talk about how our cyberbackers helped our cyber CEOs take their businesses to the next level. Cyber CEO is powered by Cyberbacker, the world's leading provider of admin support services from anywhere in the world to anyone in the world. Please visit our website www.cyberbacker.com for more details. Okay, another awesome day here at Cyberbacker. My name is Jello. We're back with another episode of Cyber CEO. And of course, we have a very special guest on the show right now. Sheila, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Nice to be with you, Jello.
Yes, we're very excited to have you again. Thank you very much for dropping by. Now, to let you know, we have a lot of listeners who are also business owners just like you. So I need your help. Can you introduce yourself to our audience? Maybe starting off with, what's your role in the business, Sheila?
Sure. My name is Sheila P, and I'm the Director of Operations for 𝗙𝗳𝗹𝗶𝗹 Property Management. We're a property management company. We have over 420 properties in our portfolio, and we help our families stay successfully housed in the city and the county in Maryland.
All right. Now, how long have you been in the business, by the way?
And here at 𝗙𝗳𝗹𝗶𝗹, coming up on my 2-month anniversary.
Okay, 2-month anniversary. Now, I'm curious, how about with virtual leverage? Is this your first time working with someone who's virtual?
This is my first time working with someone who is virtual and overseas. So, of course, during the time of COVID, we've had multiple that work only remotely. So it's not my first virtual, but one that is not in the same time zone. Yes.
Gotcha. So someone who's overseas, first time working with someone, then was it a big change? Is it different from working with someone who is in the office, things like that?
There are differences working with someone virtually than working with someone in the office. Of course, it's not the same. You can't just pop your head into somebody's office and ask a quick question. But luckily, there's many tools that make virtual connection very simple. So there's ways to connect through apps like Teams and Slack. And we also do a lot of training, and training happens to be virtual, but it gives us an opportunity to record it as well so that we can always refer back to the training, make sure that we haven't missed anything. So there's benefits and there's some drawbacks.
There we go. I think that's already a good piece of advice right there when it comes to training, because you can take the video, record the video on your computer, things like save it. So if ever they have any questions, you can look at it again, right?
Exactly.
Yes. Now, talking more about your Cyberbacker then, you went through the hiring process before you got to work with Pia. So how did that experience go, that hiring process?
Oh, the hiring process was actually very pleasant. I just spoke with a Cyberbacker and explained what I was looking for. I explained the job descriptions and the duties that the applicant would be working on. They gave me a nice pile of resumes to look at and review so that I could find someone who had a similar background experience already. They set up the appointment to do kind of rapid fire virtual interviews. So I was able to one-on-one have a quick 10-minute interview with the applicant. Ask any questions I had, let them ask me any questions I had. And then at the end of those interviews, I could talk further with a Cyberbacker about who I thought fit us best.
All right. So talking about that fit, Pia, how did you know she was the perfect fit for what you needed then?
Pia presented herself very well. She came across as very competent. She had a background experience that wasn't exactly it wasn't identical in the sense that she's had experience doing property management, but her experience with working in the banking and financial institutions presented some real parallel services that we thought were important. So we have Pia working with us in some accounting questions. We have her helping us with properties that have expiring rental licenses and keeping up to date and organized on requesting renewals. And so the type of work that Pia has been able to do in the past, we could see a connection with the type of work that we needed her to do here.
All right. So really, the match has been good between you and Pia then, because she has experience in the things that you needed help with. Am I right?
That's very true. Yeah.
Now, talking more about these tasks, what are the things that you'll let her do every day so you can focus on the business?
Some things that Pia does every day to help us focus on the business is review regular reports. So as a property management company, we have timeframes when we expect rent payments from our renters. After a certain number of days in the month, if they have not paid, there are some steps that are triggered on our end administratively that we have to follow through with. And Pia has been a tremendous support in those areas. She's reviewing reports of people that have not paid. She's sending out collection letter notifications. These are template emails, but it takes time to go through people's ledgers to see who's behind. And communicate with them the exact amount that's behind and when we expect payment, or we have to take next steps when it comes to court filings. She also assists with the filings themselves. There are some documents on the back end that we have to gather to be prepared to take someone to court. So she has to gather the rental license, the lead certificate, a copy of the lease, a copy of the ledger. So she's in the background administratively collecting those documents, putting them all in one space so that we can press a button and file and report for someone. So she makes things a lot easier.
There we go. That's the most important thing, that she makes everything easier. Now, I know that for a fact that it's only been, this is a fairly new partnership between you and Pia, right? Your Cyberbacker. But I'd like to know too, because of course her growth is not going to stop. She's going to continue growing, learning with you in the business. So what are some of the new things that you're planning to let her do, let's say within the next 3 to 6 months from today, probably?
Well, that's a great question. We recently started discussing lease renewals and extensions. So in this business, you have to be several months ahead. So we're looking at leases that are getting ready to expire at the end of November and December. So we're going to have Pia very heavily involved with communicating with those families to see where they are. Are they planning on extending their lease? Are they planning on vacating at the end of the lease? And so there's a number of different types of conversations that need to happen. So we plan on having Pia being very instrumental in starting that conversation with families and doing that initial outreach. Also, probably having her help us with for those that are requiring or that do plan on extending their lease, will have to renew at a higher rental rate. So we'll probably have her involved in those steps as well.
It's going to be very exciting for her because, of course, more things to do, more opportunities to grow, of course, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Now, how has she had an impact on your personal life? Because again, it's a fairly new partnership. We already talked about the things that she does for you in the business. So save you time, does tasks for you. How about personally? Has she had an impact on you yet?
Well, yeah, I would say that she has. Very recently in the mail, I received a postcard from Pia that, she explained how beneficial this position has been, that it allows her some time to spend with her mother. And she also sent me a photo of her and her mother, and I have it up in my office because I think it's a really nice photo. But just having that personal touch has been very nice. It helps me connect with, she's got her own life, and this has been, a great partnership on both ends for us and for her.
Here we go. Again, a great partnership. Now, one last question for you. Since this is going to be on our social media pages, Pia's going to be able to watch it. So we would like to know, what do you like most about Pia, your Cyberbacker? What's the first thing that comes to mind?
There's a lot that I like about Pia. She's very good, but I would say the best thing I like is the initiative that she takes. So we will do training and we'll explain what steps we're expecting from Pia, but while she's in the midst of doing those steps, she might see something and bring it to our attention and say, hey, have you thought about this? Or have you seen this? And it opens up, other opportunities. And her initiative has really been appreciated. I think she's very thorough. When she completes a task, she keeps it on her priority list until it's done, and then she sends it back with her completion and what she's finished. She communicates very well, so she lets us know if if she's going to meet a deadline or maybe needs more time. There's a lot that I love about Pia. I think she's great.
We are very, very excited to see where this partnership grows to, of course, for the next couple of months. And again, Sheila, thank you very much for dropping by. I had fun talking to you today.
Same. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you for listening to our daily dose of CyberCEO. Stay tuned to know more about how Cyberbacker creates a difference in this digital time and age. You can visit our website www.cyberbacker.com and follow our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Spotify.